Yeah. Okay. Okay. Can you tell me any other function which we have used here by seeing the screen? Print is one function. Is there any other function which you can see here on the screen? I told no, function means you will have some name and then you will have something like this parenthesis generally. Okay. So can you tell some other function which you can see on the screen?
Type.
Yeah, very good. So type is also a function. So type is also a function. So these are the functions which are already defined in the Python. Okay. So we are not defining these things. Already it is defined inside Python. So if we want to define something, okay, which we call as user defined functions, we will see today such kind of things also. Okay. So we will come across those things today. Anyhow, now we have also declared some b is equal to 4, and then we have seen some arithmetic operators like addition, multiplication, subtraction, division. These are the kind of arithmetic operations we have seen. Okay. Then not only that, we have also come across the different type of data types. So in the different data types, we have seen there is something called integer, then there is something called float, as you can see here. Okay. So for example, this 1.25. Okay. So you have some decimal value. Okay. 1.25. These kind of numbers, like right hand side after dot, there is some number, right? So those kind of things we generally call this floating point, right? Okay, then we have seen one more special operator like a star star b. So it is giving you what is this a star star b? Can you remember what is the meaning of that a star star b?
Power.
Yeah, a power b. Okay, so that is what it is. So then we have seen some more things like how do you find the quotient and how do you find the remainder. So if you wanted to recall that, okay, so this is the theory we have discussed there. Okay, and I have shown some examples by giving some numbers, right? So something like when I divide 5 with 4, quotient is 1 and remainder also is 1. So how to get them using Python? Okay, so those are the kind of things we have seen over here, right? So syntax, if you practice, then you will remember which command is for what. Okay, right? Then we have seen some small application like how do you find whether a number is even number or odd number. So one of the simple logic we can use is if you divide that number with 2, are you getting remainder equal to 0 or not? So if the remainder is 0, then we are assigning it as even number, else we are calling it as odd number. Okay, so these are the kind of things we have seen. Then we have also seen something about strings, right? So whenever you want to declare string is another data type. Okay, apart from the integer and float, we have strings. So string is one more data type. So how do you represent a string? Generally we put in between some quote, this single quotes. Okay, or even you can put in double quotes. So suppose I write h is equal to, okay, h is equal to presidency. Okay, so when I write like this within the quotes, then that is treated as a string. Okay, right? So you can check that using the type command. Next, what we have done, we have seen something called string concatenation. That means we have added two strings. Okay, so we have taken one string in h, another string in k, then we have joined those two strings. Okay, and we got a message like visit Birla Science Museum in Chennai. Okay, so this addition process, okay, technically what we call this is, I will write here, string concatenation. Okay, that is a technical term. Okay, but simply to say it is nothing but joining the two strings. Okay, for your understanding you can say joining the two strings. Okay, but when someone asks you in the interview, they will ask what is concatenation, then you should not tell I don't know what is this word. Okay, So that is why you should know the technical word and you should know the meaning of that word. Okay, both are important. Otherwise, in interview, you will be finding difficult. Okay, right. So that is what happened. Then we have seen some more commands like how to access one element. Suppose in a string is given, from that string, I want the first character. If I want to find the first character of the string, I have to use h of 0. Like if h is the string, okay, the string is there in h. Okay, the string is Chennai. Actually, string is Chennai. That string is stored in variable called h, and I want to find the first character of that particular string. So in Python, we start from 0 onwards. The counting starts from 0. So when I want the first element, I have to write h0. If I want a second element, I have to write h of 1, like that. Okay. So like that, you can get the single element. But if I want more elements, okay. So if I want more elements, what I have to do, just observe here. So I am putting h of 0:4. So what is the meaning of this means? It will start from 0. That means h0. Then I am using 4. No, the starting point is 0. Ending point is written as 4 here. But what it will do is it will end at 3 itself. I am writing here as 4, but it will stop at 3. Why means it will act when I am writing 4, it means totally 4 values have to be printed. Okay, from 0 onwards. That's the meaning here. So 0, 1, 2, 3. That's all. So 0, 1, 2, 3 will be 4 numbers. Okay, so it is taking in that way. Okay, so that means it will print only h0, h1, h2, h3. Okay, that is what you should understand. So h0 is C, h1 is H, h2 is E, h3 is equal to N. Okay, like that much. Okay, so we have also seen how to start from a different number. Instead of 0, you can start at 1. Then the C is missing. It is starting from H, like that. Okay, so these are all the things we have seen. Then we have also seen the for loop, how to write a for loop. Okay, so in this I explained you what is the meaning of this. For I in the range, for I in range 4, when I am writing number 4 here again, it will consider only up to number 3. That means totally it will take from 0 onwards, including 0, it will print 4 numbers. So it will give only 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So and one more very important thing you can see here, in C language, we write, if you want to go to new line, you will write /n, \n. Okay. In C program, whenever you want to write, okay, let me just show here. Let me show here for what happens in C program and what happens here. Okay, so today date 17/7/21. So this is okay, presidency. Okay, right. So in C language, when I wanted to go to a new line, we generally write like this /n kind of thing. Okay, but here you see in the, this is in C language, C program. But in Python, you are not especially writing anything like that. You are simply writing print. When I'm writing print, it is printing in every time new line. You can see that. Okay, every time it is going to new line automatically, as you can see here. Okay, right? Okay, so when I'm simply saying in range 4, it is starting from the 0 value. But many times you don't want to start from the beginning. You want to take the values somewhere from the middle. Okay, from middle to end. So then for all those kind of things, you can write this way, 2, 4. So it will start from 2. And when I am saying 4, what it will do is actually the ending number will be 1 less than that. Okay, when I'm writing 4, the ending number will be 1 less than that. Okay, so 3, so 2, 3, like that. So I hope you would follow all these things. Okay, And then one very important thing is indentation. Okay, indentation, we have discussed about indentation. So in what is that indentation, that is also important. For example, let me run this program by putting like this. Just me go over here. See, I am not putting any space here. Directly, if I write like this and if I run this, for running this, I can do two methods. One is go and click on the run button here. Okay, let me click this. See, it is giving error. What is the error? It is telling indentation error. So I think I told you yesterday, I have to give some gap like this. Okay. Okay. So now if I run this, okay, let me run this now. Now answer has come. Okay. So that indentation is a very, very important thing in Python. You have to remember that. Okay. It is easy for reading also. When a person is trying to read, indentation will help in proper reading and understanding of the code in a slightly easy way. Okay, right. So, but you can also see now, if you wanted to write in the same line, you can. So for example, I'm writing the two commands in the same line. Let us check whether this is going to give answer or not. Okay, because we discussed that indentation thing, we should try to understand, if I write like this, will it work or not? So let me try to change slightly to see that whether it is working or not. I will put this as say 5. Okay, so if it is working, I should get 0 to 4 numbers. Let me check now. I am pressing shift enter. Okay, yes, it is working. Okay, similarly, I will also change here. Why I am showing all this means you should know how to write, put that indentation. If I am writing in 2 lines, I am giving some small gap here. That gap can be little big also. Like this also you can give little big gap. Okay, right. So that is why I'm showing different ways of writing it. Okay, so here, if I write like this, what is going to happen? Let us run this. Okay, this is also working. Okay, right. So now I think revision is almost over. Okay, we have come to the revision part, end of the revision part. We will start the new topics now. Okay, almost it's over. See, we have defined one character now. So string, whenever I told one thing, right? Whenever you are putting in between the single quotes, it is called a string. Okay, so 5 is looking like a number to you. Okay, you may think by seeing the number 5, by seeing that 5, you may think it is a number, but because we are putting it as quotes, single quotes, okay, it will consider that as one string. Okay, so that is something very important. Okay, so why I am telling that also I will explain you very shortly. Okay, so here we have taken two things, d is equal to 4, h is equal to 5. So if they are integers, when I am saying d equal to 4, h is equal to 5, they are treated as integers. So when I am saying print d plus h, it is giving 9. Okay, now let us do one small thing. I will ask you now question. Okay, from now onwards I will start asking questions. So let me do now. Say today's date I will put. So if I wanted to put today's date here, what I can do is, you see here how I will put headings. Okay, observe here, there is something called code. There is something called code. I will now click this. I will say markdown. I am clicking on markdown. Okay, now what I am doing, you just observe. I am clicking markdown, right? I'll click here. Did you see the color change? The color of this changed to green. I want you to understand this. Now the left hand side, it is green color. Suppose if I put code, the left side changed as blue color. So this is an indication, okay, what you are doing, where you are now. Okay, so again I am doing that markdown. It is converted into, when I click here, it is converted to that green color left side, you see. Now I want to put a heading like this. Okay, so today heading I will put date 17/7. Okay, okay, so that is the heading I am putting. Then next I will simply press enter. I want to go to the next cell. So to create next cell below, I will put this insert cell below. Okay. So yeah, right. That will remain as your kind of heading kind of thing. Okay. So this is like a commenting. This is like commenting. Okay, right. Yeah. Now let us come down. Now I am in the code zone. Okay. I am in the code. I have to write something. So how I am writing, let us check now. Let me put say A is equal to some 4. Then B is equal to say some 5. Okay. Now I will say print A plus B. Tell me what will be the output? What will be the output? Can someone tell me? Now I will see the chat box. Till now I was not seeing the chat box. Now I will keep the chat box open. Yeah, tell me what is going to happen. You can tell in the mic. Yes. What is the answer?
9.
Let us see. Now 4 and 5. What are they? What are the data types of 4 and 5? Please tell me.
Integer.
What is the 4 and 5? What is the data type of 4? What is the data type of 5? Tell me. Integer or anything else? What is the data type?
Integer.
Why they are integers? Who told why they are integers? Tell me. Can someone tell me? I am using single quotes, right? When,
Yeah, they are string.
when I am using single quote, what it is? Is it?
String.
It is a string. Okay. So in strings, if I use addition symbol, I am using plus symbol. What will happen? You remember in Chennai, visit Science Museum. That is what we did yesterday, right? So when I put plus, what will happen?
45.
What it will do?
45.
Yeah. Okay. Let us see now. Let us check. Okay. I am running the program. I will run this code. Okay. So you see it is giving 45. So you should be careful. I hope you understood, all of you. Okay. Why this is happening like this? When I am adding 4 and 5, it is giving 45. Because it is not considering them as normal integers. If they are normal integers, then answer is 9. Okay, but now it is treating them as two strings, and when I use this plus, it will simply do what? Just concatenate, just it will add the strings. Okay, so 4 5 side by it came. So you should be very careful about these kind of things. Okay, now we will see some more things which we can do with the strings. Suppose I want to check whether two strings are equal or not. For example, let me call st is equal to, okay, st is equal to Chennai, and then I will call st1 is equal to Chennai. Are they both equal? Both are same or not? Both are strings. Both are same or not? You tell me. Hello?
The first one is C is a small letter. No? The
So,
second one is
yeah.
capital. That's all.
So when sometimes you may want to check like that, is everything equal or not? Suppose in a page, suppose you have two printed pages. Two pages are looking almost same. Okay. Now you wanted to check whether everything is equal or not in both the pages. Assume that only one letter is missing. One letter is different. Okay. In one page, lot of things are written. Okay. In another page also, many things are written. If you just see with your normal eyes, okay, you may not be able to find the mistake. Only one mistake may be there. Okay. Only one small c, one capital C may be there in that big printed page. Okay. So it will be difficult for you to cross check those kind of things. So let us just see here as of now for one single word, whether they are equal or not. If they are equal, what will happen? Let us see. ST is equal to ST1. I am asking a question. ST is, what is the meaning of this? Means ST is equal to, means double equal to, I have put their symbol. Is it equal to ST1? I am asking a question whether the two strings are equal. So let me run this. If they are equal, it will give true. But it is giving false. That means both are not equal. Got the point? Did you understand this? Okay, right. Suppose, let me give one more thing. ST3 is equal to ST1. Okay. So I am telling ST3 is equal to ST1. Now I will again check. ST1 double equal to ST3. Now if I run this, what will be the answer? I have copied ST1 into ST3, right? So what will be there in ST3? If I say
True, Anna.
ST3, yeah, ST3 is nothing but Chennai itself with capital C. So if I now ask this question, what will be the answer for this now? What will be the answer for this now?
True, not true.
True. Okay, let us check now. Okay. Yeah, true. Okay. So correct. Fine. So this is called string comparison. So people will ask, see in the interview when you go, they will ask what is string comparison. So you should know what is the word meaning, and also you should know how to write that as a program, okay, or a command. Okay. So this is string comparison. Okay, right. So let us see some more things. I wanted to find the length of the string. Yesterday, did we do that? Did we find the length of a string? So, okay, I will ask you, how many letters are there in Chennai? What is the size of this Chennai? Can you tell me? Letters name. How many letters are there? Count them.
7.
7. Okay, I wanted to get that. Okay, so how to get that means I have one more function. So that function is len st. Okay, so len st, let me run this. Okay, 7. So that means len is a function. Okay, len is a function. Okay, suppose I want to get some help. Sometimes I may not know what exactly this len will do. Sometimes I may not be knowing how to use this command called len or this function called len. Then what you can do is you can type help len. Suppose you are not knowing what is the what all it will do. Okay, then you can type like this, help len. Let me see. Okay, then it is telling that return the number of items. See here what it will do. It will return the number of items in a container. Okay, so totally how many items are there, it will give. So in Chennai there are 7 items. Here items means the number of characters, we can think like that. Okay, so items here are the characters. C is one character, H is another character, E is another character, like that. Okay na? So, and what is the syntax? Syntax will be like this. You have to write like this. You have to write len, and inside that you have to write some object. So here in our example, the object is like Chennai. Okay, so we have written len Chennai, like that. Okay, so another method also is there. You can also ask like this. Suppose you wanted to know about len, you can put len question mark. Okay, I don't know more. I want to know more about len. So what I can do is len question mark. Again run this. Okay, so it will give some details. Okay, almost same details. When you typed help also, it is giving some answer. When you type question mark also, it is giving some answer, but it is giving some extra details, you can see. Okay, here also len object comma slash. Okay, almost same things it gave, but it is giving some extra information like this. Okay, so this is the way you can get some kind of help. Okay, right. After 10 minutes the connection will be cut, you can again log in. Okay, right. Okay, so let us see some more things. I want to convert everything into capital letters. Okay, suppose I have, let me come here. Suppose I have, where is this? Okay, just a minute. Suppose I have like this Chennai. I want to convert it into like this capital letters. Okay, so what I can do? Okay, let us see now. So let me do that. st dot upper. Okay. So it will convert that string into upper. Okay, right. Let us see now. I hope you understood. Similarly, I want to convert everything into small letters. Suppose I will put, see, in ST3 you have one capital C. I want to convert that also into small letter. Okay, actually ST3 is having one big C. Okay, that big C I wanted to convert into small c itself. All the things I want to convert into small itself. So I can do ST3 dot lower. Okay, so upper, lower, just opposite kind of things. Okay, so you can just run this. Now you can see everything became small letters. Okay, now one more very important thing I will show you now. Here, this Chennai, where it is stored. Okay, suppose I will ask a question like this. Suppose I am saying Z is equal to 4. Okay, where is Z stored? Z is stored, 4, number 4 is stored in which variable? Tell me. Number 4 is stored in which variable?
Z.
Z. Okay, now I can tell, see here, this Chennai, I want to print this Chennai. How to print this Chennai? I can print in many ways. For example, I can say print st. Okay, print st. I will run this. Okay, I got Chennai. But I can also print in another way. How I can print, see here, this Chennai is there in output 14. You see here, this red color, out 14. Okay, so out 14 also is containing Chennai. So if I wanted to print Chennai, I can print like this now. Print out 14. Now I will again run this. Are you understanding? Are you understanding or any problem?
Yes, I understood.
Okay, other people, you can tell in the chat otherwise. Okay, yes, no kind of thing. Okay, okay, so okay, right. Now, so we will see some more things now, what we can do with the strings. Okay, for example, I want to, suppose I have like this. Let me just open this. Yeah, here let us assume that we have some mail ID. We have some mail ID like this. Suppose say Vikram Kumar dot volunteer @gmail.com. Suppose I have a mail ID like this. I wanted to only print this much, only this. That means just before @. Okay, whatever is there before the symbol @, I wanted to print all that. Okay, but different mail IDs will have different things, right? For example, some person's mail ID may be like abc of some xyz.co.in. Okay, some mail ID may be like abc of xyz.co.in. Then how do you find that abc? I wanted to print only abc, whatever is there just before that @. So how do you find those things? Using your knowledge. Okay, so like that means whatever commands we are learning, we should try to apply them to solve these kind of problems which we may encounter. Okay, so how do you do that? Can someone give some suggestion? How can we do that using the commands which we already did? So let me introduce one more important command now. Suppose I want to find where is this A present. Okay, can you tell me from the starting A is at which location? From the starting you count, where is A? It is in which place? Okay, you have, if you are counting from 0, it will be at 4th place, right? Or 5th place. Let us check it. Yeah, it is at, I can say in the string st of 5. Okay, so I can say st of 5. Okay, let me click that. Yeah, it is giving A. Okay, but for a normal human being, like what we talk, it is in the actually sixth location. Okay, it is in the sixth location, but when you are writing in Python, you are calling it as st of 5. That st is containing the string. Okay, now, but how to get that? Okay, here I am seeing with my eyes and I am counting and I am telling, but automatically I want to find out where is that A. That means if I ask where is A, it should give me answer as number 5. If I ask where is A, it should give me answer as 5. So for that, there is a command like this. Just observe here now. st dot index, okay, of what I want A. Okay, so I will give like this. Okay, I want to find the index of A. Let me press enter. We will see what is going to happen. Okay, yeah, it is giving number 5. Okay, so that means I am able to find out the location of a particular character where it is present. Okay, now I will ask a question. st dot index of n. Now tell me what will be the answer for this. In that Chennai, because st means Chennai, right? Yeah, tell. What will be the answer now?
3 or 4 now.
Okay, good. Okay, so here it is coming 2 times. That n is there 2 times. So it will give only one answer. First time, whenever it will see first time, it will tell where it is seeing the first time. Okay, na? Okay, so right now I will use this. Okay, I will use this knowledge to find out the problem. This question is there, no? If a mail ID is given, I want to find out only the starting part, which is prior to the @ or sometimes I may want to find the ending part. I want to print only this. I want to print only this. Okay, so I will tell this part. Okay, how to print the ending part. That means whatever is there after the @ symbol, how to print it. Let us do it. Okay, now. So our question is, I will print this ending part only. How to do that? Okay, na? So we will see now logic, simple logic. Okay, so let me first take the string. Let me call st4 is equal to that mail ID. Okay, that mail ID may be like some abc @ some xyz dot co dot in. Okay, so it is something like this. So I have to put this as a string. So I have to put it in single quotes first. Okay, so I am declaring as a string. Okay, now what I will do, I will find out the length of the string. I will find out length of the string. So L is equal to, I will close this. This I am closing, you see, by putting into, okay, yeah. Now I can see length is equal to length of the string. Okay, length of st. Okay, so when I am writing like this, better to write like this for understanding easily. Okay, length of st is equal to len of st4. Okay, okay, so I am writing like this. So I know what is the length of the string also. Now what I will do is, I want to find where is this @ of. Okay, see, now it is xyz. In another mail ID, it may be some other PQR. See here, we are having xyz, but in